What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. I want to make a follow-up video on this prop firm, and I've been trading them for the past week, and I did pass 2 accounts with them, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about. So this is my funded account, and this is my evaluation, which I passed this morning, and you can't see my trades, but I'll move that in a bit. But yeah, there's one thing I want to talk about. There's a couple of things I want to talk about it, but I don't want to make this video too long. But one major problem with this software, or whatever you want to call this platform right here, and I'm not the only one, okay? These bracket orders, okay? So, you know, I like to use NinjaTrader, right? I'm a NinjaTrader guy. They have the convenience of ATM strategies, right, which sets your automatic take profit stop loss. This does the same thing, but there's a major problem with these. I don't know if it's just these buttons or maybe this software or whatever, but 2 times it happened to me already. I placed a trade and hit my target profit, and it immediately filled me in the opposite direction. Super frustrating, super bad, okay? It's bad. And again, I'm not the only one who has been having this issue. A lot of those people in Discord said they also had this issue. So I mean, it's very bad. Like, they need to fix this ASAP. I don't even know if they're aware of it, okay? So what I've been doing is I haven't been trading with the bracket orders. I've just been placing my market orders, and I've been using kind of like a mental, I hate using that, you know, term, mental stop loss. But like I said, if the price hits a certain level, I just get out. I just click this button and I'll get out, okay? Which is like, yeah, it happened to me twice, and luckily I was able to make profits on both sides, which is kind of weird. It's super lucky, and I caught it just in time. But man, it's bad. Man, I remember Rithmic used to have that problem, and I haven't heard about it or anything like that. I haven't seen it, but I think they fixed it. But man, that needs to be fixed like ASAP, okay? So that's that. Also, for some odd reason, it's kind of like a minor inconvenience, but like, I don't like the EMA up front. I like to be in the back of the price of the candles, so I can see a little bit better the candle. And I also don't like the labels on the price, on the axis of the EMA. So I have to do this every time. So, and I try to save this layout multiple times, but every time I exit this window and I come back to it, it's back to default. I have this same price here, and I have the EMA up in front of the candles. It's minor inconvenience, but it is inconvenient. Okay, I don't want to do this every single time, but it is what it is. That's one thing that I'm really worried. Second thing is the consistency rule. Okay, I thought about it a couple of days, and 20% is very low. Okay, I don't necessarily have a problem with consistency rule, but I do have a problem with a 20% rule. Can you see that? You can see that. There are other platforms out there who have way better consistency rules. Some of them don't even have consistency rule. Okay, so in my opinion, if they want to stay competitive in this space, they're gonna have to change this. They're gonna have to change that. I mean, that's hurting their sales. 1000%. That's hurting their sales right there. Also, if there's a 10-day payout period, or 10-day traded between payouts. So if you get the 50K zero plan, it's a 10-day, and I think the growth plan is the same way. So that's also not good, not very competitive at all. There's also a $3,000 payout target before you can get a payout, or you can request a payout, which is also not competitive at all. So at this point, I would honestly go with the funded accounts, like straight to funded, just because of the sale. They're doing it all January. You still have a couple more days. With the sale, you get basically half off. Once the sale is gone, I don't know what they're gonna do because I'm not paying $400 or $400 for a funded account. 350 is okay, 300 is okay, but you know, it's still $350, right? So I don't know. They need to change some things to be more competitive, to get more people into their system, right? More traders in the system. I know they're still kind of newish. I think they're about a year-ish old, so a little bit more than a year, I think. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't know how many people trade this stuff. I mean, they have a big Discord, but I'm not really sure how many people are actually trading them. So yeah, I don't know. What I would do is, what I would say is, by the way, I forget to mention, there is no time limit in a sense of activating the account. So you can, let me just show you real quick. Activation fee. So there is. Let me just show you that way you see with your own eyes. Where's it? Blah blah blah. Okay, so activation fee is paid only after passing the evaluation. Traders are not required to activate if they choose not to proceed. So what that tells me, that I can pass an account and hold it without activating until I actually need it. That's how I'm interpreting this. I know Apex has like a 48 hours, something like that, or 72 hour, where you have to pay for the activation fee. So yeah, that's a good thing. So what I would do is I would try to get 5 of these, and I would try to build one up and get a payout, and then use the payout money to pay for the activation fee for the next account, right? So like, you get a valuation for $10, you traded that, you pass that, then you hold it, right? And then you do another one, pass that, you hold it, you do that 5 times, you have 5 accounts. Then you go back and activate the first one using your own money, right? Trade that until you get a payout, use the payout structure, payout money to activate another account, so that we have 2, and so on and so forth. That's how I would do it, right? And I would trade these accounts, as a swing traded account. I would not trade them as like the Vortex scalp thing, because there is a micro scalping rule. The trades have to be more than 10 seconds. Okay, I know some trades, especially if you're scalping 4 ticks, they don't take very long. Some of them like maybe instant, right? Some do take, you know, longer, but just to be on the safe side, make sure your trades are longer than 10 seconds, okay? Just to be safe, right? And one thing I think I forgot to mention in my last video, they will fail your account if you go past the max allowed contracts. I've seen it on the rules. They will fail you. You cannot go max contract. I don't know if there's like a restriction where you actually, because it happens. Yeah, sometimes you accidentally hit wrong button or whatever case may be, and next thing you know, you're in a trade with more than allowed contracts, and then you fail the account. And you have to get started all over. So it sucks. So don't trade more than max contracts. There is a reset for a funded account. It's the same price as the activation fee. So that way you kind of skip in the first step of like getting $1,000 or whatever, right? And I think that's that. Yeah, so like I said, the major problem with the account, or with the platform, is that the whole flipping to opposite. I can't see my trades. Can you? Let me get up. So yeah, these are my trades, and this is a trade right here which happened this morning that flipped on me. And let me just go to this one. Yeah, so I was short. I got my target profit filled, and it immediately filled me to the opposite side. And you know, if you don't know how long your trades are, you can go to this page right here, which is the trading journal. It will tell you the duration of the trade. And even if you can go back to the account metrics and scroll to the right, you'll see same thing here. and for some reason it doesn't break down. Well, I guess it does by daily, so it tells you how many total trades you had that for the day. So yeah, that's that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold the other account and just trade my funded account, and try to get a payout, build that up, try to get a payout, and just rinse and repeat, so to speak. But yeah, I think that's all I got for this video. Again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, these prop firms are not your friends. They're not here to make you a profitable trader. They're here to make money. That goes true for every single prop firm out there. Doesn't matter if it's Top Step, doesn't matter if it's Apex, does not matter. They're in the business of making money, right? That's why they have all these rules. That's why they have payout structures. That's why they have minimum trading days. That's why they have activation fees, which, by the way, can somebody explain to me what this actually goes into? Because technically speaking, the funded account is still a sim account. So what exactly I'm paying $150 for? Can somebody explain that to me? I would love to know. But again, these are not your friends. Doesn't matter if they have, good strategies. Doesn't matter if they have good coaches. It does not matter. They want to make as much money from you as possible. That's the bottom line, okay? I've said this a long time ago. The prop firms here are to bridge that gap between sim accounts when you first start, okay, to live account, right? They're bridging that gap, so to speak, right? They're training you to manage your risk. They're training your emotions. They're training you to get your shit together, so to speak, so you can trade live with your own capital. And that is my goal next year, is to trade live capital. Because if you've been trading with a prop firm for the last 6-7 years, what are you doing? Like, let's graduate. Let's move on to the real thing. This is what it's all about, right? Don't get me wrong. At the beginning, prop firms are great because you're saving a lot of money, right? Especially with the $10 accounts. That's fantastic price, and target profit is reasonable, right? But once you get towards 4, 5, 6, 7 years into trading, you need to start thinking about trading live accounts. That's the end goal, right? Live accounts, you don't have all these restrictions or rules where if you made $10,000 in one day, you can literally request withdraw that day with no problem. Okay, that's just how it is. All right. That's all I got for the video. If you do want to check that out, I got a link down below. Again, $10 gets you a this platform. Play with it. Do whatever you want to do. But this is just my 2 thoughts, my 2 cents. And in closing, do I really recommend this? I don't think so. Honestly, I would just wait until they release TraderVate, NinjaTrader, then just go grab 10 of these accounts and just trade them all at the same time, copy trade them all at the same time. And if you don't have the money to pay for all 10 accounts for activation fees, just do one, because there's no rule where you have to pay for the activation fee. If you don't want to pay for activation fee, don't, and just trade with one account. And if you fail it, well, move on to the next one, and so on and so forth. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you for watching, and I got you guys in the next one. Bye for now.